Good evening, friends. Today, our topic of discussion is India has almost decided to go in for Russian Su-57 fifth generation fighter jet over US F-35 and French Rafale. Dear friends, this is my request. Kindly subscribe to my channel, share my videos, and promote my channel. I make mostly videos on India's security concerns, foreign relations, and defense issues. Today, India has 32 squadrons and needs a minimum of 42 squadrons to deal effectively with both Pakistan and China. Indian Chief of Air Staff Amarpreet Singh, he had said some time back that because of evolving threats and of modernization of Air Force by both China and Pakistan and changing situation in Bangladesh, India needs at least 60 squadrons by 2035. India needs 5th generation fighter jets, and India's own indigenous program of Tejas is delayed because US is not supplying India GE engines. US has offered its F-35 5th generation fighter jet to India, but US will not share technology and codes, so India will most probably not go in for purchasing American F-35. The second option is French Rafale fighter jets, which actually is a 4.5 generation fighter jet. Although India had purchased 36 Rafale jets from France, in addition to this, India had also signed deal for 26 Rafale M for Indian Navy, but still France hesitates to share its code with India, and India may not go in for purchasing Rafale fighter jets in future unless France changes its stance and shares code with India so that India could load its own radar and missiles onto the aircraft. So India is going in for purchasing Russian Su-57E fighter jet, which is a 5th generation fighter jet, but some issues are to be resolved with Russia before signing the final deal. Su-57E suits India because Russia is a dependable defense partner. Russia has also agreed to transfer technology and is ready to manufacture these jets in India. Besides, Russia has said that these jets could be built in India at HAL's facility in Nashik. Russia also said that since machinery for Su-30MKI is already established at Nashik, Maharashtra, so Su-57E can be developed. There will not be any need for new machinery, and they can straight away start production of Su-57E at Nashik and start delivery of fighter jets from 2026 itself. So India is likely to go in for Su-57E very soon. Chief Indian defense experts are holding serious negotiations with Russia to acquire their 5th generation fighter jet Su-57E. In these discussions, India is insisting that Russia must replace key components of Su-57E stealth fighters, including its radar, with Indian-made systems as a precondition for purchase, due to which there is growing concern and dissatisfaction among Russia's defense establishment. India's demand for domestic integration, particularly of radar and mission systems, is viewed by Russian analysts as a rebuke, as India is challenging capabilities of Russia's own 5th generation fighter jets. But the primary dispute between India and Russian experts is about Su-57E's N036 Belka AESA radar, which is built using gallium arsenide GAAS technology, as India views it fails to meet the detection rate, power efficiency, and electronic warfare resilience which is expected of next generation radar system. Indian experts contend that their own locally developed gallium nitride GAN based AES radar, which promises superior thermal handling range and signal fidelity, are more suitable for high performance 5th generation air combat. India is seeking to install its indigenously developed Uttam AES radar, currently deployed on Teja fighters, and the Tripaksha radar being integrated into upgraded Su-30MKI aircraft under Super 3 program, as already is to Russian Belka system. Both systems are being developed by India's Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO) and built on GAN semiconductor architecture, enabling higher power density, longer detection range, and better resistance against jamming. From a technological standpoint, GASA-based AES radar like Belka has reliable performance, but they are limited by lower thermal tolerance and power efficiency factors, which are becoming increasingly crucial in modern multi-domain air combat scenario. GN-based AES radar in contrast, are emerging as the gold standard for 5th and 6th generation fighter aircraft globally, used by top-tier performance platforms such as F+35, AN/APG-81, China's KLG-5, and Japan's J/F-X program. India's refusal to accept standard Su-57E configuration is seen by Russia as a challenge to Russia's defense technology, especially because of geopolitical significance in maintaining its influence over one of the largest arms clients. Since US is pressing India to purchase F-35A, so in order to challenge US, Russia has offered full source code access to India. Su-57E export model being offered by Russia will incorporate elements of India's Super 30 program, including use of GaN-based ISRG and locally developed mission computers, making it interpolable with India's existing air combat ecosystem. Super 30 upgrade is aimed at transforming India's frontline Su-30 MKI fleet into near 5th generation multi-role fighter jet. It will serve as blueprint for India's technology integration approach, especially for avionics, electronic warfare system, and precision guided weaponry. In case India goes in for purchasing Su-57E, India will load extra beyond visual range air-to-air missile, BVRAM, and other precision-like ammunition under development. Such a move would not only reduce India's long-term reliance on foreign weapon systems, but also ensure software sovereignty, which India has struggled to secure in past defense procurements. A key factor behind India's hardened stance is the prolonged dispute with France over a false source code, which has hindered integration of indigenous weapon system onto 4.5 generation fighter aircraft. Despite India purchasing 36 Rafale fighter jets from France for Euro 7.8 billion in a deal signed in 2016, France Dassault Aviation has repeatedly refused to share full source code access to India, even as the Indian Air Force pushes for integration of missiles like Astra-1A and Brutum anti-radiation missile. This experience has reinforced India's defense policy to demand full source code rights and ensure that future fighter acquisition are fully compatible with Indian developed technologies. To strengthen its offer, Russia has also proposed license local production of Su-57E India. Russian ambassador to India, Denis Elipov, said Su-57E is very competitive and we are offering not only to sell it but also to collaborate on production. We are ready to transfer technology and develop necessary industrial facilities. Besides, we are open configuration changes based on India's requirement. This is a very attractive proposal. This proposal aligns with recent statement by Russia's state arms export agency, Export, which said that India could immediately begin Su-57E production using its existing Su-30 MKI production lines, where over 222 aircraft have already been built under license. In a report published on March 7 by Russian state media TASS, Export reaffirmed its readiness to use the existing Su-30 MKI infrastructure to locally manufacture Su-57E fighter jets. India is weighing Russian Su-57E against America's F-35A, but the final decision may hinge less on stealth or range but more on technological autonomy, software access, and local ecosystem compatibility. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.